Hey, everybody, and welcome to episode 23 of the Super 80s Podcast Friend. We are a TV theme song explorer. Our mission is to analyze every single 1980s TV theme song. All genres, cartoons, soap operas, comedies. We love them all, and we're going to review them all. It is a pleasure to be here with you today. If you like what you hear, or if you've listened in the past, if you would be so kind as to like and subscribe wherever you listen to us, tell your neighbor about us, share it on your socials. It gets us closer to our goal of retiring and just podcasting all the time. You can reach out to us if you want to chat with us on Facebook, Threads, Instagram, and good old email at super80spodcastfriend@gmail.com. We'll get back to you, and we love hearing from you, whether it's how much you like our show or how much you are annoyed by the mistakes we make. And we make a lot, fellas.
Every day.
It's our MO. Let me start by introducing us. I'm John.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Peter.
And we're excited to be here. We always start out our shows with a drink. Ryan, what's in that glass?
I've got Three Sheep's Water Slide.
Excellent beer.
I've got Three Sheep's Chaos Pattern.
Ooh, Chaos.
I've got Three Sheep's Water Slides.
Whoa.
Well, a shout out to Sheboygan, Wisconsin's Three Sheep's Brewery.
If my math is correct, that is Three Sheep's.
It is Three Sheep's. Three Sheep's.
Yeah. Is that 9 sheeps or is that tree?
Hold on, now you're doing math here. I don't do
Oh,
math.
a second now.
Oh, cripes. We encourage you to kick back and have a drink with us when you listen to the show. The first part of our program, if you're new to us, is simply talking about previous episodes, retractions we have to make, questions, comments, observations, anything like that. Ryan, Pete, any retractions or observations from previous episodes? For those of you who weren't around for our last week episode, we had Out of This World. Prior to that was Dallas. Prior to that was Family Ties. Prior to that was everybody's favorite, Heathcliff.
Mm.
The legend Heathcliff.
How does that song go? No.
I guess that's a no.
No.
Ryan's he's still going.
No retraction.
No retractions?
No.
No. I don't have any either.
Yeah.
I don't take back any of it.
Don't take back anything I said about Out of This World.
Not a thing. In fact, I've become more
More just angry.
exactly.
Any observations, ideas, or announcements about previous shows?
I did try watching an episode of Dallas.
Damn right you did.
Tried.
Well, I
noticed
watched.
you said tried.
I watched.
Okay.
So if you haven't listened before, we never watch the shows prior to listening because we don't know what the show is going to be, most likely. But Ryan and I, Pete hasn't done this yet.
No.
Ryan and I have watched a handful, and I think we both watched a little Dallas.
Oh, really?
I watched some Dallas, too.
So I'd like to hear
You want me to go first?
Thoughts. Yes.
All right, hold on. Let me get my notes. So I watched an episode from season 10, which is like 88.
Late 80s, probably. Yeah.
A couple of things. First off, Priscilla Presley, Elvis's wife, was a main character on the show.
Absolutely, sure.
Wonderful. An actor named Dak Rambo.
That's a great name.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's a great name.
So here's so it's the season after the Dream season.
Oh, okay.
So Bobby Ewing is in the shower, not dead. It's all Pam, maybe his girlfriend, whatever's dream. First off, the first thing I noticed is the music is so dramatic. It seems Saturday Night Live.
Correct.
It's like over the top dramatic.
Yes.
It's amazing. Pam's really upset because she thinks he's dead. He's not. Then they bang, I think.
So this is like you came in like the first episode of the next season then.
First episode of season 10.
Wow. Okay.
So Pam freaks out. She realizes he's not dead. He's just out of the shower. It gets hot and heavy. Yeah. Then next scene, JR is in bed with his number one mistress, Mandy. She's in a little nightie. She's super hot stuff. smoking.
Yeah. JR.
Very skippy, and then they bang.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Does he have a hat on it? 10-gallon.
Then Priscilla Presley plays Jenna, who is Bobby's wife. Now, keep in mind at the beginning of the episode, Bobby was with Pam.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's Bobby's mistress. And she's pissed that Bobby's banging Pam. A couple other just really good belt buckles overall in the show.
Sure.
Super high drama. So I recorded one little clip.
Oh, man.
So the secretary is trying to tell Cliff how to run the oil business.
Sure.
And he says, shut up and make me a cup of coffee.
Awesome.
And she gets pissed. So I've got a little clip from that scene.
This is going to be good.
Hold on.
Boy, oh, boy.
Okay, here we go.
Because you don't understand the oil business.
Yes, I do.
Don't want to argue with you. Just make me a cup of coffee, please.
Well, I don't understand how to make coffee either. So if you want it, you better make it.
Was that music just for shutting the door?
Good morning, JR.
The violins. I mean,
It's so dramatic.
Jeez Louise.
And then I got through about 20 minutes of the episode. It's 55 minutes. I got through about 20 minutes. And then another thing that happened is later on they're at a meeting and Clint or Cliff, whatever his name is, basically says her ideas to the conglomerate.
Oh, of course.
And she makes a big fuss about it.
Outstanding.
The character, Jenna,
Yeah.
was briefly played by Morgan Fairchild.
Oh.
And somebody else in
From
1980.
Shawshank Redemption?
No.
That's Morgan Freeman.
So three different actresses
Red.
played
Good
this
old
character.
Red.
This character.
3 actresses played Jenna?
Yeah. Yep.
Amazing.
Don't know why, but that's...
Priscilla Presley being one of them.
Yeah.
Elvis's wife.
How did I not know that on the...
Wow.
Conky tells you what he wants to tell you.
I guess.
He's got a mind of his own.
And that's
The rest
probably
is to be revealed when you watch.
Dun, dun, dun. How about the drama of that scene? About a freaking cup of coffee.
Well,
Well, I mean, he was kind of being a dick.
and it was like the zoom in and out was so high drama.
to show reactions.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you did, Pete, when you gave your synopsis, did speak heavily about the factor of Dallas, that it was a primetime soap opera, like emphasis on soap
Yeah.
opera.
And I
right?
think I do remember now at the time saying, like, I cannot go into all of these characters and plot lines
Totally.
because we don't have a year to discuss
Correct.
everything that happened on Dallas.
Now before
But I can't believe I overlooked Priscilla Presley.
that's
That was-
pretty. That's amazing. So generally speaking, before Ryan gets to his, it was decent. I could see how if we were retired and all we did was make a podcast once a week, I could maybe get sucked into a show like that, especially being able to fast forward over certain parts. But I lasted 20 minutes
Yeah.
and that was, I mean, there was a lot of oil drama. They were talking about tariffs,
Ugh.
embargoes.
Yeah.
Like they actually got into the business.
Yes. I mean, I guess to be fair, I was watching season 10 of 19
Yeah,
or
they
whatever.
ran out of stuff. They're like, let's just put in some
But
drilling facts.
yeah. So that was my 20 minutes of Dallas. Ryan.
Well, I didn't last that long.
Ouch.
And I just looked for it, just trying to find a place to find it. And I was like, I click on any episode. I ended up landing on the last episode, the season or the series finale,
Like season 19 or whatever.
season 14.
14.
This is in 1991, so like the show started in like 77 or something, right? Like,
It had a good run.
yeah. So let me give you the storyline of what happens in the last episode, because it is out of this world.
Hey.
So it starts, the scene starts with JR, who's now gray. He's grayed, and he stumbles out of his bedroom with a bottle of whiskey and a pistol. Bottle of whiskey in one hand and pistol in another, and he's got like
Typical Tuesday.
exactly. He's got like a Mr. Rogers sweater on, and he's stumbling around and he's looking for people throughout the mansion, and nobody's there. Nobody's in this bedroom. All his family is gone. They've left him. Okay, so it's setting it up, and he's sucking on the bottle, and he's huffing and puffing, and he gets out to the patio where the pool is, and he's talking about offing himself, and he's like, "This world will be better off if JR was never here."
Oh boy.
What do you think happens?
He wakes up from a dream and he's somewhere else, and that scene wasn't happening at all.
It turns into stupid It's a Wonderful Life. They put the whole series finale is It's a Wonderful Life.
Just a ripoff of It's a
His
Wonderful
guardian angel appears.
Stop it.
Who looks like Jiminy Cricket in a human version.
Stop.
A guy comes up on the patio and he's like, "What did you say?" And he's like, "Who's that little fella over there? Show yourself or I'm going to pop your ear off." And he starts shooting at him.
Good Lord.
And he's like, "I heard you say that you were going to hurt yourself. Why would you say such a thing?" And I can't believe that I'm watching this, and this is what they did with this show, right?
Man.
So it's his guardian angel, and he starts taking him, just like It's a Wonderful Life, through what life would be like if JR hadn't existed. I made it about 2 minutes into that, and I was like, this is the worst piece of crap I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, and people generally dislike season finales because they're so hard to do in a way
Correct.
that pleases people.
Right.
That sounds like it definitely shit the bed.
Yes, completely. Like, and what I learned when the intro to the show, to the episode, showed like the major event from every year. So it started like 77, 78, and it showed like every like major thing. Somebody getting shot. Apparently there's a lot of people getting shot.
It's Texas.
It's true. But what cracked me up was the season before that. Apparently the big cliffhanger was JR gets sent to a mental institution. He gets carried off by the people in the white coats, and he's screaming.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Well, Dallas.
Yep.
It seems like I had a little better one because
Yeah.
there was, 90s.
Maybe I'll try and make a point of, an early 80s, mid-early 80s.
Did you watch And It's a Living?
No.
No. Okay. Pete had texted me over the weekend saying, "Where can I watch It's a Living?" So I thought maybe it would happen. Well, Dallas. Well, I'm glad we both tried.
I don't regret trying it, but I won't look at it again.
Well, that's great. Good to catch up on that.
Well, John, I have a question, because obviously we're all 90210 watchers, and that was, stupid drama and dumb plots and characters that we love but also hate. Do you feel like Dallas is something that, if you were that same age back then, you could have gotten into in the same
For
way?
sure.
Or
Yeah. And that's why even watching 20 minutes of an episode, I understood how you could get sucked in. Because the characters were interesting enough. Again, I got 20 minutes of a sample size, but yes, I totally understand the appeal of a show like that because it's that. Yeah,
you love it as much as you make fun of it.
Yes,
Right.
right,
Right, exactly. Yeah.
good
Okay.
stuff. All right,
Dallas.
well, Dallas.
Damn.
It's the time of the show where we find out what theme song we are going to be reviewing this week. We have a robot named Conky. He used to live in the valley in California. Ryan rescued him, brought him back to the lovely state of Wisconsin. He now hangs out here, helps us out with tasks,
And taxes.
helps our kids with their
Where's
homework.
that 1040? Where's that 1040?
Overall, he's a swell pal. Conky, what the hell are we listening to this week?
Ready to assist you. Pee-wee.
Morning, Conky.
What's today's secret word?
Today's secret word is He-Man.
Wow.
Oh, excellent.
I'm kind of shocked by this one.
Me too. I'm excited. He-Man and
I
the
don't-
Masters of the Universe.
When I think of theme songs, I can honestly say I don't think of He-Man.
I feel like the only thing I remember about the opening was him saying something, I have the power, probably the power of the Grayskull, whatever.
Right.
But I cannot remember the music that would be behind that.
I do remember that. I remember him saying something. I don't remember what he says, but I remember the melody, I guess I would say.
I remember a lot about this. Now, first off, I want to thank Conky for giving us this song, and I believe one of our listeners may have even reached out to Conky for this episode.
Oh.
And I would like to give a shout out to... Hold on, let me get my bank of knowledge. Engineer Peter, you grabbing it?
It's a race.
Oh, hold on.
Who's going to get there first?
There we go. It is a race. But as Engineer Pete's looking for that, I watched this show religiously. I collected the minifigure, or the action figures.
Yep.
Santa brought me a Castle Grayskull.
Oh,
Like that was a huge deal when I got that. So I was all over the show.
Yep. I was all in. Same thing. It was my favorite show as a kid. I collected the figures, and I also had a Castle Grayskull.
Did you really?
Yes.
Do you remember the trapdoor
Yeah.
and the little chair?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I always wanted Skeletor's castle too, but that was, I think, a little too rich for family's blood to have that.
I had a handful of action figures. So
Yeah.
Did you find
this song was recommended by Nick Opaleski.
All right. Well, Nick.
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks for influencing Conky. As you can see, the three of us are pretty pumped up about this. So, Nick, thank you for listening, and thank you for influencing Conky. By the way, listeners, if you'd like to influence Conky, we can't decide the songs we listen to, but Conky does. So, that was by Facebook Messenger,
That was
right?
by Facebook Messenger, yeah.
So, send us a message, and we'll pass it on to Conky and see what can happen. Pete, as you were finding that, again, thanks, Nick. Pete, any He-Man memories?
I did not have the action figures. I remember watching the show. I was not a big action figure guy just because I always, things I got into, they just changed. And so I'd end up with one of one thing and one of another, and never got dedicated enough to one to follow it through.
Totally fair. I had Beastman.
Okay.
Orange one. I had Stratos, the kind of bird, blue, gray, red color scheme.
Oh, yeah.
And then I think I didn't have many. We never had a lot of
Sure.
they're expensive. And I had Battle Armor He-Man. So you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
where it flipped.
Yeah, it flipped on the chest plate.
Yes, I had that one.
Oh, would it get hit?
Yeah, you could
Did
flick it.
like a dent?
Yeah, it would
Yes,
make a dent. Yes.
exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, I had two. I had that guy, and then I had the whatever his Clark Kent version was, like Adam, right?
Yep.
Where he dressed up in like Robin Hoodish type.
Yeah, and there's Battle Cat.
Yeah, I had Battle Cat
And what's his name?
Men in Arms.
Man at Arms.
Yeah,
Orko.
Yes, Orko. There was a bad guy whose eyeballs popped out. What was his name?
I don't remember because it was. I mean, the cat. So there's a Netflix documentary about this that I've seen about the show. Excuse me,
I think I actually had She-Ra as well.
Nice.
Yeah,
Princess of Power.
indeed.
Yeah, I mean it's obviously just an absolute 80s iconic classic. He-Man, Skeletor.
And my memory is that He-Man even had like the quintessential boy haircut, like the bull, like
course.
like the Joey Lawrence haircut.
I had kind of forgotten about it, and then a couple years ago, I was at a bar, and John, you were actually with me, and there was somebody dressed as He-Man for Halloween, and he had a wig on, and I had genuinely forgotten. I was like, holy shit, did He-Man look that weird? Did he have that haircut?
Correct.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
Yes, he did. Ooh, Conky, okay?
He's working through some things.
He's updating DOS 1.2. Right?
So yeah, I mean, I think again, I could go on a really long time talking about this show, and I don't know that I need to, but I think my memories of this are I got a ton of them.
Yeah.
And it's a great show. I mean, I'm in a 1980s cover band, and our band name is Masters of the Universe. Right? It's
no surprise,
the
right?
nerddom runs deep.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm assuming as this goes, we'll just keep sharing. But why don't we hand it over to Engineer Pete so he can actually give us some actual facts about the show?
Okay, this one made me nervous because I think there is a dedicated fan base that knows way too much. So if you're going to come and nitpick everything I say,
No, please correct us. That's the whole
That's-
point. Right?
Yeah.
looking forward to it. So the toy line actually came out first.
Really?
Yep.
The documentary.
The FCC relaxed. There was a ban on toy-based children's programming.
Well, that's blasphemy.
Yeah, and so once the FCC relaxed that rule, Mattel was like, boom, hey,
Gloves are off.
somebody make me this show.
Pants down, gloves are off. Here we go.
Party time.
Man. So it was 2 seasons. That was it.
What?
65 total episodes.
Get out of town.
Yeah.
I
65 episodes each season. So sorry, 130 episodes.
So a
total.
lot of episodes.
A lot of episodes.
But only 2.
I think it was aired for a while though. So, but this was a 5-day-week show,
That's
right?
a good point.
True. All right.
That's on every day after school.
Yep.
But kids' memories are short, and kids grow into it and grow out of it. So you can just keep, if you've got
Genius.
a year's worth of episodes,
Yeah,
you just
right.
recycle. It takes place on Eternia.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
There's Prince Adam,
Sure.
alter ego He-Man. He
Okay.
transforms with the Sword of Power. Princess Adora, she transforms into She-Ra with the Sword of Protection.
Excellent.
Protection.
And
Protection's important.
And this kind of reminds me of you'll remember this as well. Our kids have gone through at least a phase of watching Ninjago,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is a Lego TV show that just has a ton of worlds and characters and all these constantly. It sells more toys, and that's what He-Man reminds me of a lot.
Yeah.
The more characters they introduce, the
Right.
more toys they sell.
Ram Man. We got to sell Ram Man.
I had Ram Man.
You bet you did.
Yep.
He had a pet tiger named Cringer. That was very
Cringer.
big, scary
Cringer.
cat. Transformed into Battle Cat.
Yeah.
Battle Cat had like a saddle, right?
You bet.
Yes.
You ride that battle.
Did he
cat.
turn? Was he a normal colored tiger before, and then he turned green? Or
Always
something?
green.
Always green.
Cats on Eternia are green.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I feel like I've actually heard something that it had to do with like the cat itself had something to do with a mold that already existed for like a different toy line, and they just like recycled it.
That's fantastic.
But that was not a fact from Conky, so don't quote me on that.
Probably from.
Yeah, some other characters were like Tila.
Tila, of course. Evil Lynn.
Don't know that one. I mean, I don't have a complete list in
Okay.
my head of all the characters.
They're
I'm
all-
just
it's
naming
just
some of the ones. Man at Arms.
Buzz something.
Buzz. Played by
There's
Buzz.
There's a Bumblebee one. It was really bad.
Same guy that was in Out of This World.
Yep, same Buzz.
And Home Alone.
So yeah, the toy line was first released in 1982, and then the show started in 1983. What's kind of weird to me is like before you had toys tied to shows, like you would just release a toy and hope kids bought it. Like how would they? I guess you'd see TV commercials saying this is He-Man, like, and these are all the characters.
Right.
Like, I don't know how kids got into it.
It's weird.
It's weird to think about.
Yes.
I mean, things like Legos, like, oh yeah, that's like I can build all the different things I want. That makes sense. But when something like this with a very involved storyline,
For sure.
complicated backstories, all that.
But think about your 5, 6, 7-year-old self. You go to the store, right? And what do you ask your parents? Can I go down the toy aisle?
Hell yeah.
In the toy aisle, you don't know what the hell any of this shit
I
is.
suppose you don't know what it is. You just see a
Right.
muscle man with a short sword
Exactly. And
a
you're like,
tiger
ah,
with a saddle, and you're
Exactly.
like, boom.
I want that. I want King Kong Bundy, the ass ram guy or whatever.
Sorry, the what?
Ram.
Back that up.
But I think the point, I think what these companies realized is once you start watching shows and then you're in the toy aisle,
Correct.
if your great aunt gives you a bootleg He-Man figure, even as an 8-year-old, you're like, this thing's bullshit,
Yep.
right? You get pretty selective pretty quick.
Correct.
Yeah, I had more GoBots than Transformers, so I'm familiar.
I had a Sega Master System instead of a Nintendo.
Ouch.
The GoBots that's a great comparison there. The GoBots.
Yeah. It's actually the first syndicated show to be based on a toy. And this was kind of controversial at the
Really?
time. Yeah.
What
And
about Howdy Doody?
the UK, well, maybe the show came first and then the toy. In the UK, they actually had a ban on toy commercials, I believe, during children's television shows.
What kind of communist
I know.
situation is this?
I know. But so, I mean, it was kind of a big deal. This was basically new territory when the FCC kind of
got it.
relaxed this law. And so to mitigate this, He-Man and also G.I. Joe would end, each show with a moral or life lesson. Just to...
Heathcliff again.
Yep. And also, I don't have any information on this besides the fact that it existed. There was a He-Man and She-Ra Christmas special.
Ah.
I was hoping you were going to say, "Oh yeah, I remember that. It was one of my favorites."
I don't.
I wanted to hear John
I would
tell
like
me
to try and
about.
seek that out, though. I have to say that.
Zero recollection of that,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
It sounds like a big steaming pile that I would like to check out.
Do you have were He-Man and She-Ra brother and sister? Or
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Dude, that,
That's all I got. That's the only question I
I mean,
have.
I'm assuming what your next question would have been, but no.
Were they lovers? Nope. Maybe that's what Tila was. Tila his old lady?
It's
Evil
hard
Win?
to tell. It's hard to tell.
Tila.
Ram Man?
Tila sounds like a side lady, not a main squeeze.
Ram Man and Prince Adam were close.
Prince Adam and Ram Man. And maybe a little Tila on the side. All
A
right.
little bit of Tila in my life.
A little bit of ram ass on the side.
Yeah, we got some Lou Bega.
Yeah, so the song is composed by Shuki Levy and Haim Saban.
Stop it. Heathcliff guys? Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Yes,
talked
we
about
discussed this because,
this is a much better song.
as we've discussed this before, their list of credits together includes shows such as The Real Ghostbusters, Inspector Gadget, Max, Heathcliff, obviously,
Yep.
and then independently, like a whole bunch of other things too. And Zabin has like a whole giant entertainment conglomerate.
He's the billionaire.
That's right.
He's a
Yeah.
billionaire, yeah. And that's about all I've got.
I like what you got. Can either of you guys hum the theme?
For sure.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Do you want me to say the words while you do it or before you start? Or?
If you know the words, I can do them.
I mean, I only know a short part of it.
Sure, go for it.
If
By
you
the
got
power
what's-
of Grayskull, I have the power.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a great melody. That song's been running through my mind since I was a little boy.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
I have no recollection.
Really?
Really bad.
So occasionally when my 80s band plays a gig, we start our show with it'll play like a 2 seconds of an 80s song, 2 seconds, and then it'll stop on this one and play it all the way through.
Awesome. Love it.
So I know this one very well.
By heart. It's in your heart.
You'll be in my heart.
Dun, 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 dun,
Let's
dun,
start the
dun.
song.
And the masters of the universe.
First off, Engineer P, can Conky give us a little more juice on that?
I have to plug in its 480 volts, going 3-phase.
And if you can even, I know Conky doesn't like to go backwards,
He-Man.
but if you can start it over, there's a,
And the masters of the universe. I am Adam.
What?
you first.
There's just a lot going on there all of a sudden. What is that little face?
It's like some
Right.
sort of flanged phase
Flanged,
keyboard thing.
Yeah. I do like the echo effect that the guy's
Hell
voice
yeah.
has. Yeah. Like, by the power.
He's in some cavern in Eternia.
Yes.
I love the background thing going, He-Man.
Yeah. And it is fast. It's off to the races.
Oh, yeah. And I think it's worth pointing out that his name is He-Man.
Right.
It's been in our brain for so long. That's a weird name.
How did they come up with something like that? Right.
He-Man.
Correct.
She-Ra.
Man, she. Man, he.
What does he start saying there? What did he already say? I'm Adam?
He's about to say, I am Adam, Prince of Eternia, or something like that, I bet.
Let's give her.
Prince of Eternia and defender of the secrets of Castle Grayskull.
His voice sounds like a marketing voiceover.
Correct.
Or like a forklift safety video from the 80s when you're getting your job. Right, I drove a forklift and we had to watch the videos.
Hit the pickle, now the beans. Hit the pickle, now the beans. Like the...
What? Wait, time out.
I don't know to need to investigate that any further, but
Did you say hit the pickle, not the beans?
Didn't you ever...
No.
Is that a Punky Brewster episodes where they're learning how to drive and she's like, the gas is like the beans and the pickle is the brake, or one of the other?
Wow.
I wish either of us could say we knew what you were talking about.
Listeners, if you have any clue what Ryan's talking about,
I think I'm going to go on record. I think
boy.
there is a Punky Brewster episode where Cherry's mom is learning how to drive, and they use 2 cans of like beans.
Because she's short? They put cans on the pedals?
I don't know. Henry Warnemont got creative, and they had beans and something else, maybe corn. Maybe I'm just making pickles up, but
That's relevant.
I've taken us to a far away land from Eternia.
but I do agree that it sounds like a cheap voiceover, right? I am Adam, Prince of Eternia.
Right.
Yes, and the voice doesn't sound like it matches He-Man.
He-Man.
Well, maybe that is Adam speaking.
It's
though.
the alter ego.
Correct.
Does He-Man have the same voice?
No, when he's He-Man, he's like,
Right. It's the
Just grunts.
Clark Kent, right?
Wow.
what did we hear so far?
Oh gosh. I am Adam, Prince of Eternia.
All right.
Grayskull. This is Cringer, my fearless friend.
Okay.
Take us up to my fearless friend.
I am Adam, Prince of Eternia and defender of the secrets of Castle Grayskull. This is Cringer, my fearless friend. What are the secrets of Grayskull?
You don't want to know.
What is
If we
Ram
told
Man
you-
doing in
If we told you, they wouldn't be secret.
They're special secrets. So he's Adam, Prince of Eternia. Cringer's a special cat friend, and he protects the secrets of Castle Grayskull.
That's where we're at. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love a voiceover with a catchy melody. It's almost game show like, the theme,
Well put.
right? This could be a cheap. We have not yet done a game show, by the way. We will, listeners. For those of you, don't worry.
It does sound like you're right. Like I picture a game show entrance where they're like, "This is Fred from Massachusetts," and he comes on down. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Welcome, Paula from Vermont. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Sure.
Hit the pickles, not the beans.
That's our new T-shirt.
Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and said,
Okay, I just had to let that sentence go because it got so. It was like just a run-on sentence. Like, where the hell is he going with this?
Did he say fabulous?
He certainly did say
Secret
fabulous.
powers. What the hell is that? What the hell is that?
I will need to hear that again. Fabulous secret powers. That's our new T-shirt.
Yes.
Super 80s podcast friend. Fabulous secret powers. That's my pickup line.
Oh yeah. Ever tell ya?
Tonight, before bed, I'll say to my dear wife, "Fabulous secret powers."
Ever tell you about my fabulous secret powers?
Let's hear that again. That's great.
fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day.
And it's still the voice. Like I don't even know how you guys have heard the music because all I've heard
secret powers were revealed to me.
It sounds like he's under a fabulous secret powers. It's just unbelievable.
I love this. So fabulous secret powers were revealed to him when?
The day.
Is that as far as we got?
No, I think we got. Did he hold aloft the magic sword and said,
Yes, correct.
Okay, well, give me the whole line.
Fabulous secret powers are revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and said.
Hold on. Held aloft?
Correct.
"Yeah, where else would you hold it?"
We got frickin' Bill Shakespeare here?
Exactly.
Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my secret sword?
Correct.
Magic sword.
Magic. Happy magic. Super. This is where our our theme song comes from. Jeez.
Fabulous secret powers.
I held aloft my magic sword and said,
By the power of Grayskull.
His voice got higher when he got the power?
Got intense. Obviously, we're going to learn what, we will figure out what these sounds are, but it's loud at this moment.
Very loud.
It sounds like steam coming out of some sort of engine.
I agree. Do you think that Skeletor ever made fun of him and was like, these powers aren't so fabulous?
Can you give me the line up from Aloft?
Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and said, by the power of Grayskull.
I have the power.
Yep.
That's good shit.
He's going to tell us more.
All right.
Battle Cat.
Cringer became the mighty Battle Cat, and I became He-Man, the most powerful man.
I feel like they have such a ridiculous plot that they have to explain everything in detail in the song, because otherwise nobody would understand what the fuck was going on.
What the hell's going on here, right?
Cringer became Battle Cat. I am Adam, but now I'm He-Man.
What this cat? Well, where is it? Who's this guy?
Oh, man. All right.
This is part of what I don't understand is why they didn't. If He-Man is more powerful, why did he ever go back to Adam?
Well put.
Did he run out of He-Man power?
Correct.
Did it?
These fabulous powers that were
maybe-
revealed to him,
Maybe he could only be He-Man for a certain amount of time. I don't know.
like Cinderella, it just times out.
Just
Superman.
midnight every night. Boom.
Yeah.
Did Superman do it to blend in?
I don't know.
Yeah. Why did he go back to Clark Kent? Why didn't he just chill out as Superman?
These are good questions. Listeners, let us know.
Man in the universe. Only 3 others share this secret. Our friends, the Sorceress, Man-at-Arms.
Hold on. I didn't realize we were going to get into more shit.
Like I said, it's so convoluted they got to explain it all in the song.
3 other people know that He-Man is Adam.
Right.
Is that where
Yeah.
the
I think so.
Sorceress?
Yes.
That's what we got so far.
And this is a King Diamond album we're listening to?
Exactly.
Yep. But I mean, I feel like with the alter ego, the haircut would have given it away.
Are any of you aware, or have we listened to a theme song that explains the premise of the show in the theme song? This is basically spoken word, right?
It's kind of a lot of detail.
Exactly.
This is fantastic.
And even with the words, it sounds ridiculous and convoluted.
I'm curious to find out who the other 2 are. Any bets? You got the lyrics.
I got the lyrics.
All
I
right,
know.
let's hear it.
And Orko. Together we defend Castle Grayskull from
Sorry, I think
the
we did
evil forces.
miss one.
Together
During
we defend
hold
Castle
on.
Grayskull. Our friends, the Sorceress, Man-at-Arms, and Orko.
Fucking Man-at-Arms.
Exactly.
Now, he, as I recall, is green and yellow. He kind of looks like a Green Bay Packer player.
I picture him with a helmet on.
Yeah, a little silver helmet.
Yeah.
So, Man-at-Arms was the Eternia weapons master and combat instructor to the royal family.
Of course.
That was his job.
Yep. Sergeant in arms.
Some people want to become podcasters.
Some people want to become
Man-at-Arms.
weapons masters and combat instructors to the royal family of Eternia.
It's a long business card title.
What
Post
was
things on LinkedIn.
what
Use
was
the plug now.
Orko? What was
Orko, not Porco.
I don't know what Orko was, even with
Porco was the adult film version.
Orko's kind of like an elf-looking character, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's.
I want to say a Jawa,
yes,
Jawa.
very
Well,
Jawa.
yeah.
but red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Orko, I think he was a dick.
And I don't recall him doing anything important in
Is
the
he
show.
like the Great Gazoo in the Flintstones?
I don't. Yeah, maybe.
That's a hard pull.
Again,
for me.
there is some there's some He-Man fanatic out there that's gonna just be tearing us to shreds in the comments. But
Maybe they'll really like what we're saying.
yeah,
People like what we say.
let's get back to Grayskull.
Together we defend Castle Grayskull from the evil forces of Skeletor.
Evil forces of Skeletor.
Look how loud he gets.
Jeez Louise. We hear you. Exactly.
He's got to raise his voice to make sure you know how evil the forces of Skeletor are.
Correct.
Oh, Skeletor's such a great bad guy.
Yes.
Then did he have a ridiculous voice too?
Yeah. Yes.
I think he's been like memed so much because how ridiculous he is. So they got to protect Castle Grayskull from the evil forces of Skeletor.
Yeah,
Yep.
roughly.
And Man-at-Arms, someone called the Sorcerer. Who's the Sorceress?
The sorceress is the lady that comes to him and like,
She's got wings.
yeah, she got wings. You remember this?
She guards over the secrets and wisdom of Grayskull.
Why are there so many secrets with this castle?
Let me take a look at her. Hold on.
She has like feathers. My memory is she has
I
like,
think she had feathers.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, remember her?
Oh, for sure.
But I don't think there was an action figure of her.
The feathers were too hard to make. They're too expensive.
To hell with it, they said. To hell with
Too expensive to
hell
make
with
the
it.
feathers. We're like, we can't.
Oh, I
make
forgot when Battle Cat puts on his gear, his nose gets very phallic.
Phallic, huh?
I mean,
Yes. Yep. Yeah, I remember. I mean,
that's a dick.
I had Battle Cat. That's why he says, "I have the power."
all right. So, Sorceress, Orko, Man-at-Arms, and He-Man are protecting the castle from Skeletor. Cool.
That's it.
That's it. It's a classic. It's very game show like. It's a catchy tune with voiceover.
I can't get over the fact that all they did was explain what the hell's going
premise,
on.
the premise of the show.
I can't get
Because
over that.
otherwise, you would be so lost 3 seconds into the episode.
But if it weren't a kid watching the episode, do you think by like the third or fourth episode he'd be like, I fucking know what's going on here. Like, I get it.
Here we go.
Perhaps.
Jeez.
Man. It's like me saying, if you're new to this show, now is the time when we watch us listening to the song.
Man-at-Arms.
Speaking of, if you're new to the show,
This is the time.
this is the time when we watch the opening sequence. And I say this every damn week for the most part. I'm excited to see it. I didn't say this for Dallas because I never saw Dallas. But, I remember this Filmation.
I was just going to say.
Do you remember that?
I do. Yeah, I do.
And that's who I believe Mattel contracted to make the show.
make
What a
this.
quality bunch of people.
And look at the color scheme is so 80s.
It's a beautiful
right?
font.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
Whistle there.
And the
Wow. Yeah, just to start. So again, always where does the title come in?
I don't want to say they ripped off Star Wars,
But they kind of did.
but they ripped off Star Wars.
But they kind of did. But instead of like slowly coming in, like Star Wars comes from behind, like way far away and comes into you. Here, this just like slid in, but really fast.
Well, because Star Wars is like a paragraph. They've got a 1 minute intro song. They just got to slide He-Man, Masters of the Universe.
Get it going, Johnny. Get it going.
slide it in.
Just like White Snake.
Masters of the Universe.
It's a great font.
Yes, it is.
I am Adam, Prince of Eternia and defender of the...
Holy helmet head. Holy cow.
Haircut.
And he's wearing like a white lycra shirt with a pink button up over it.
I agree.
Yes, that is exactly what he's wearing.
Wow.
Wow. He's buff. Now, the white lycra appears to go all the way down to his wrists.
Indeed.
He's got a skin condition. He's covering it up. No, it's a weird look.
It's a weird, and he's got blonde hair and dark brown eyebrows.
Correct.
Yeah.
So is he dyeing his hair?
Yeah, curtains don't match the drapes.
It's one of the secrets of Grayskull.
Man,
That he dyes his
That's
hair.
the secret.
Good thing evil Lynn is keeping that a secret for him.
Ryan, you were not supposed to say.
Secrets of Castle Grayskull.
That's a hell of a good-looking castle.
I agree with that.
I was thinking the opposite. Because, well, I guess I don't know the backstory of Adam and his family. I assume they were a happy kingdom.
All black-haired.
But their castle is like a giant skull for a door.
Oh, it doesn't look... Yeah, it looks
evil.
It looks like it should be Skeletor's.
Yeah,
Correct.
exactly. Which is why Skeletor keeps trying to take it, probably.
Yep.
Now, Cringer looks like real scared.
Hence the cringe in the
Is Cringer, my fearless friend. Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me.
The hell?
Couple things. He says, Cringer, my fearless friend, and then he breaks the fourth wall or whatever it's called.
Correct.
And he looks at us because Cringer's shaking. He's like, Cringer, my fearless friend, and he looks at us like, Cringer's a total pantywaist.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's talking about the fabulous secret powers. Look at the bangs.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
And they're yellow. I mean, those are yellow hair.
I really like this guy.
Yep. He's a handsome fellow.
He is. I feel kind of like he's sucking me into his soul.
He's looking right at me. You shut your mouth. He's looking at me.
He's looking at me.
The day I held aloft my magic sword and said,
By the power of Grayskull.
Where the hell did he pull that sword from?
Don't worry about it.
Jeez.
He's got compartments in his back muscles.
One of the secrets of Grayskull.
He looks like a psychopath when he gets the power.
Yeah, he does.
So, what would you even call that thing? Because it's not armor.
So
No.
right now,
It's like an X-shaped metal strap that just
Picture
kind
it-
of goes around his body.
yeah, picture a topless, very muscular man, but he's got like a weird bra covering his middle boob.
It's like remember when you were a kid and you put those beanies on when you played like in gym class, like
Pennies.
Pennies, yeah, the pennies that had like the holes in them. Except you
Yes.
cut everything out except an X in the middle, and you just have the straps around the outside.
Yes, that's
And he has furry underwear on,
And copper wristbands and a copper belt.
copper belt. Yeah, it's a very Chippendales X like type outfit.
and like a Maltese cross in the middle of it too.
Man.
True.
And then why is he? I feel like his hand's gonna bleed if he's not careful with that sword.
He's got a dull sword,
Yeah.
or dull head.
Now,
Does he have to point the sword at Cringer to turn him into Battle Cat, or does it automatically happen? Because right there, he pointed it at him.
I think he's got to point it.
Do you ever think he fucked around with them and just said,
I'm gonna turn you.
"You want it?"
Cringer's saddle is no joke.
True.
I should say Battle Cat.
Yeah, like it's like a Harley Davidson King, right? Like a Road King. Like it's got a back
It's a
saddle. to it.
weird helmet, man.
Yeah, it is.
There's a lot weird going on with Battle Cat.
Cringer became the mighty Battle Cat, and I became He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe.
The background is just like a weird red lava kind of.
Yeah.
I know.
Did He-Man become tan where Prince Adam was more fair skinned?
That's
Yes.
that's the secret. That's how he hid his secret identity.
Because other than that, they really look very similar.
Yeah, they do.
He just punched us. Why did he just
Punched us.
And now we get a really, really large Lou Schleimer executive producer on the screen.
Yeah, like the kid. Like, do kids shows normally go
right?
into credits
Never.
in the opening scenes?
Correct.
No kid gives a shit who produced this show.
Correct.
Only 3 others share this secret.
Oh, the production.
Hal
director.
Sutherland?
The sorceress, Man-at-Arms,
Oh, Man at Arms.
What an outfit.
He's got a mustache. He's got a fucking
Correct.
mustache.
So good. So good.
He's like your dependable neighbor.
He looks like a 1980s catcher from any Major League Baseball team.
Absolutely.
Like a Rick Dempsey kind of like a looking fellow.
You nailed it, right? Yeah, he looks like a catcher from
Any
80s baseball
any
team.
80s baseball team had a catcher that looked exactly like him.
I agree completely. Man,
Wore the same kind of helmet.
Yep.
and Okro. Together we defend Castle Grayskull from the evil forces of...
Awesome.
When they show the evil forces, they come
Yes.
blasting at the screen. We see Merman,
Just
we
some
see Beastman.
Shadows of their faces.
Well put. Yeah.
Castle Grayskull. Pete's right though; it looks evil.
And look at the angle with which they show it to us. It's not a straight on angle. It's like
Yeah.
it's
a low
from
angle.
a low angle, yeah.
Skeletor.
Wow.
Wow is right. Well, folks, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. If you are new to us, we're about to vote on this. It's either going to get an I'll Be Back or a You're in Big Trouble, Mister. I'll Be Back gets us on the Wall of Fame. You're in Big Trouble, Mister gets it on the Wall of Shame. Engineer Pete, why don't you start us out this week?
I was gonna say I should not start us out this week
I never start us out.
because I just want to say why. Both listens through, I'm so distracted by the talking. I don't feel like I've heard the music at all.
Correct.
I literally have
He-Man.
no idea what the melody is.
Well, then I will start us out. This is a big old thumbs up.
All right.
I'll be back.
The cheesy monologue, the ridiculous sound effects, the melody. I absolutely love it all. I really do. I think it's ridiculous, but I think it's great.
Yeah. It is ridiculous. I'm giving it a thumbs down.
Oh shit. Really putting me in a tough spot here.
I cannot get over the fact that all they do is explain what happens on the show.
Problem, Mister.
Well, we don't have a lot of time. We don't have a lot of this drama. This is great. It comes down to Engineer Pete deciding whether this thing gets on the Wall of Fame or Wall of Shame.
I kind of love how ridiculous it is, and that I love the fact that they explain it. It's so bad that it's good, is what I'm going to go with.
I'll be back.
Hey, all right.
And I might have to give it like another listen just to find out what the music even sounds like.
And the nice thing is, Pete, next week you can always retract it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the great thing about our little podcast.
No, I believe, did Conky get a request for us to grade it on an A through F?
Oh, if that's the case,
Secondary grading system.
yeah, but just for fun,
yeah.
A.
Wow.
D+.
Give it a B.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that.
that's
Yeah.
where it
It's
lands.
kind of fun to give it a grade. No,
It
I
is.
mean it checks a lot of boxes for me, and it's ridiculousness. It's preposterous.
It's totally preposterous. Yeah.
what did
it's
he? What
hilarious.
was the word he used that really got me?
Fabulous.
Fabulous.
Fabulous secret powers.
Aloft.
Aloft.
It's preposterous.
So I'm curious, in the show, does his voice change from He-Man to Adam, or does he talk like a commercial overdub all the time?
Well, if you are new to this show, I will be listening and report back in the next couple episodes. But I don't know. That's a good question.
But all the people out there that are still watching He-Man episodes, and I know you're out there, please let us know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because there are people who are watching it right now.
And why
pausing
not?
it to
Why
listen to this
not?
podcast.
Man, what a theme song.
If there was any He-Man fans, they stopped listening to us long ago.
Oh, well, fellas, what a treat. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Cringer, Man-at-Arms,
The whole
Stratos, maybe.
Orko.
Evil Lynn, maybe.
The whole gang.
Evil Lynn. What are the chances that is actually a character on this
I'll
show?
do some research.
Evil Lynn.
Ram Man? You had Ram Man.
I definitely had Ram Man. He looked like King Kong Bundy.
Yeah, as he should.
Yeah.
Good old King
Evil
Kong.
Lynn was definitely
Pete's
not
doing
an episode.
before we sign off,
No
Pete's doing
way.
a quick check.
I mean, I don't even know how I would spell Evil Lynn.
Hold on, I got this.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it's there.
All right, could we take a quick look at her character?
Voiced by Meg Foster.
Love that Meg Foster.
Oh, I do remember that lady. Yep.
Evil Lynn.
She does look a lot like, who were the other villains that popped up in the beginning?
Merman.
Merman.
Beast
She looks like
Man.
Merman, kind of. Like she's got a head piece.
I think she may have had relations with Skeletor.
Who didn't?
She does look like she would. Looks this type.
On that note, unless anybody has
Take her home.
take her on home. Oh man, what a treat. We will be back next week with episode 24. Until then, I'm John.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Peter.
And we will see you next week on the Super 80s Podcast Friend Beans.
Hit the beans and hold the corn.
You can depend on us. It's the Super 80s Podcast.